Badje and Millie Turner retain their places. Doris Dottir, Turner, Tounkara and Badje in front of Sophie Bagley. Boa Risa and Staniforth hold the midfield. Garcia, Williams and Thomas behind Adriana Leon make up Manchester United's starting 11. As for the visitors, Sheffield United, they line up with Bethan Davies in goal. Be a back four for them: Wilson, Barker, Newsham and Hartley. A midfield five that will move around with and without possession. Sweetman, Kirk, Brown, Enderby, Paul and Walters behind Bex, Rayner up front. It's one of those games, Lindsay Johnson, that Manchester United, a bit of a double-edged sword. There'll be some players that are like, actually, it would have been nice just to have a break here, get through Christmas, start again in the new year. But as we've already heard Marc Skinner say, actually this is opportunity for some of these players that haven't been able to break into Manchester United's first team in the WSL.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, it's a professional setup, and the girls who are starting today will be wanting to take that opportunity and really make an impact today against, you know, a Sheffield United side who haven't done particularly well in the Continental Cup, but today's their chance, and that's what they'll be trying to do. And what a starting 11 still. It's still packed with, you know, very, very good players, and the bench, if it doesn't work out, you know, you have to look at the bench, and it's unbelievable. The likes of, you know, Zellum, Blundell, Galton, Toon, it's just unbelievable. So yeah, the players who are starting today will really want to make an impact, and that's what they'll be trying to do.
I think one of the excellent talking points from today, the good news stories to come out of today before we've even kicked a ball, is Aoife Mannion back on the bench for Manchester United. Obviously coming back from that horrible knee injury, been back in training now for 3 or 4 weeks, fit enough to be on the bench today. Yeah,
it's great news, you know, I'm over the moon for Aoife Mannion. She's done really well since she come to United, and just been dogged by that awful ACL injury. So to have her on the bench today is great for her, and it just really backs up what a great defensive options Marc Skinner has, and his team is just full of strong quality in every department.
Ona Badje, the captain for Manchester United today, wearing the armband strapped around her right bicep. One of 2 players to retain their places alongside Millie Turner. We were talking to Glenn Harris before. Wonder whether there might be some changes at half-time for those 2, but we will just have to wait and see. It's going to be Sheffield United that get us underway. Not having the greatest season in the world, Sheffield United. Currently lying 10th in the Championship. Hoping for fortunes to turn back their way as we get into the new year. Manchester United, meanwhile, flying as we're underway between Manchester United and Sheffield United at the Leigh Sports Village. Tounkara with the first touch of the ball. Nods it away, but the offside flag is up, and Manchester United will have an early free kick. The atmosphere inside this ground is always absolutely brilliant. Manchester United fans turning up in numbers week in, week out. It's great to see.
Football talk by
Singing songs already. We've not even a minute into the game. Thomas comes to Millie Turner. Turner strides out from defence and finds Doris Dottir. Raking balls come all the way through, gonna have to be dealt with, and appearing at the back post, looming in the distance with Martha Thomas, arriving late into the penalty area, eventually shipped away, and it needed to be by Alethea Paul.
Yeah, it was a great ball by Doris Dottir there, and you can see her intent straight away is, let's use Martha Thomas' pace on that right-hand side, trying to get it in behind the Sheffield United defence.
Badje will take the resulting throw-in. Rachel Williams comes short, then goes long. Badje's going to receive the ball back, drive towards the penalty area. Comes into Williams, gives it back to Ona Badje. He's going to try and get to the byline, uses her strength, wins the corner. Managed to ghost between 2 Sheffield United defenders there and win the corner for her side.
Yeah, really good link-up play with Badje there, and Rach Williams just inside the box, and you can see here just how strong Badje is, and she just uses her body there really well on Paul there, the Sheffield United, to win herself the corner.
Not the biggest player in the world, Ona Badje, physically, but my goodness me, one of the strongest on the pitch. It's going to be a corner taken by Lucy Staniforth. Stands it up towards the back post. Millie Turner heads it down. Chance for Manchester United. Adriana Leon waving a right boot at it, but can't direct it goalwards. Tounkara with the effort from distance forces the save from Bethan Davies.
Yeah, it's a nice, easy save there for the Sheffield United keeper there from Tounkara, but you know, that just shows as well that as a centre-half she's willing to get up high in the pitch and have her shots on goal, but off target and quite an easy one for the keeper to gather there.
Launched away by Sheffield United. It's picked up by Martha Thomas. Thomas is going to try and play that ball into the penalty area, looking for Adriana Leon. Didn't quite hit the intended target, but Thomas not giving up on that one. Sheffield United escape with Lethia Paul. They try and play a ball in behind. Tounkara's going to have to deal with this. Does get a toe to it to poke it back to Bagley. Sheffield United, though, taking the opportunity high up the pitch. Rolling towards the penalty area by Bex Rayner is intercepted, and Manchester United can bring it away.
Yeah, I think just there, I think Torres Dotte was able just to nice and relaxed on the ball there and just be able to bring it down and win possession back for United there.
Another one, Maria Torres Dotte, who's started the season in Manchester United's first team and for one reason and another loses that place and has just not been able to force her way back in with the performances that have been coming from Manchester United women. Hard thing to do at the moment.
Yeah, it is. You know, I think all over the pitch, like we just said before, there's quality all over the pitch and there's a competition for place in every department.
Lucia Garcia on the run here for Manchester United, pulls it back to Adriana Leon, who takes a touch, but it's a heavy one. Just going to get it back to the Spaniard, who's going to stand one up into the penalty area, but referee blows his whistle. Offside flag is up.
And I think the players who are starting today, who aren't regular players, they'll definitely have a point to prove. But ultimately, they want to have a good performance as a team and get the 3 points. Even though, you know, we know this is a dead rubber with regards to if they can qualify out the group. But they want a good performance together, put them in a good position for post-Christmas.
Want to end the year on a high as well. Keep the momentum going that Manchester United have built, this undefeated run that they've got in the league. They want to be replicating that and not letting it slide away. Torres Dotte just gets her body in between the ball and the opponent and comes away with it. Martha Thomas takes over on halfway. Adriana Leon charging after this one. Doesn't get there, but does win second prize, which in that situation is a throw-in, which she takes quickly.
And sometimes it's psychologically hard to do. I mean, I remember being in this position for England occasionally, where you kind of you're the squad players, and they change their team entirely, and you think, well, they've already got that momentum, and there's a bit more pressure on you to keep that momentum going as a kind of new squad in there.
Well, forward to Leon, made off to Rachel Williams. Nice touch from her, gets the shot away, but miscues it slightly, and it's wide of the mark. But I mean, she scored the easiest goal she's ever going to score, didn't she, against Aston Villa at Old Trafford? Yeah. And that time, not quite the connection she will have wanted with her left foot. Yeah,
and she's so experienced, Rach Williams, and she's adapted her game with the more experience she's got, and she now doesn't probably do as much work as she used to do off the ball, but she's so strong and really intelligent player that, you know, she links players really well.
Really, really good interview with her after that Aston Villa game. Really enjoyed it. Was talking about being noticed in a shop, and I'd asked her what it was like being a role model now to all of those people that attend Old Trafford, and she was like, it's absolutely brilliant. I was in the shop yesterday, I'd just nipped out to get some milk, and somebody was screaming at me from one end of the shop to the other, telling me that we needed to beat the Villa tomorrow. I was like, it was a very entertaining post-match interview with Rachel Williams. You can still get that on the website, I'm sure. Badje looking to break into the penalty area. Lethia Paul, very, very busy. But it's come back to Thomas. Thomas is going to get the cross in, stabbed away. One back by Manchester United. That's good work from Boarisa. Effort from distance was not a million miles away from hitting the target, but Lucy Staniforth unable to work the goalkeeper.
Yeah, she had the time then. You knew that she had just one thought on her mind. But the Sheffield United player did really well to close down and to narrow that gap. So she didn't have the easiest of angles on goal.
Bethan Davies launches the goal kick away. Turner with the header forward, and Manchester United back in possession. Looking to try and stretch Sheffield United here. Adriana Leon. Turner. Tounkara. Arrived at Manchester United in the summer, another one of those that came with a fairly hefty reputation, really, of playing a football on the continent. Another one, as we've already spoken about, that's struggled to break up that centre-half partnership of Letitia and Turner.
Yeah, and I think once you've found a partnership and it works well, it is really hard then to, you know, play about with that in a centre-half position. You can do it further up the pitch and you can try new things, but once you've got that really good understanding from two centre-halves, it's really difficult to then mix that up.
Ian Wilcox there, the goalkeeping coach. It's 1 Celsius outside and he's got his shorts on. Zips his coat up because he's chilly.
Yeah.
Stick a pair of joggers on, Ian.
It's heated shorts, probably. That's what's come out now. That's what he's wearing.
Oh. It's on my list for Santa this year, a heated gilet. Keep me warm when it's freezing outside. Who's had a play? Manchester United have the throw. Scrappy at the moment is how I would describe it. It's not found any kind of rhythm or flow, has it?
No, it hasn't yet, and that's what can happen in these type of games. You know, we've already said it to Deborah, but however, the girls who are on the pitch for United really want to put that performance in. So I think they just find their feet, and hopefully it'll just take a few minutes for them to really gain possession and start going through the passages of play, which they'll work on in training each day.
It's not the most fun day to be sat on the bench, I wouldn't have thought. It'd be absolutely freezing at the Leigh Sports Village. Work from Boarisa. Finds Williams. Williams, when she's offered a bit of space like that, will be more than happy to take it. Tries to complete the 1-2 on the edge of the box, but cleared away as the 10-minute mark rolls around. Goalless in this one, although Manchester United probably the better of the two sides up to this point. It's well shepherded out of play by Ellie Wilson. Difficult for Manchester United to try, when you make this many changes, when you know, a brand new fresh side, just to try and find those patterns, find that rhythm, can take a few minutes, can't it?
Yeah, I think so, and obviously Marc Skinner will have been working on it in training, so it wouldn't have come to a surprise. But like we said, there's no substitution for gameplay and match play, and that's what these girls need, and that's what they're getting. So yeah, if it gives them 5-10 minutes to get into their stride, so be it.
Thomas and Badje winning the ball back, finds Adriana Leon, who manages to get round the tackle as well. Real opportunity here for Manchester United. Cross not brilliant from Adriana Leon, couldn't beat the onrushing defender, wins the corner instead.
Some really good work. I think most of the attacks for United so far have come down this right-hand side through Badje and now Leon, who's just filtered over to this right-hand side and really skips past that defender really well and jumps her. Otherwise it could have been a shout for a pen, but goes out for a corner. Lovely bit of skill to get round the defender. Just couldn't get the cross away. Lucy Staniforth, low cross this time to the edge of the box. Absolutely lasered towards goal. It's gone in, and it's Adriana Leon that's going to flick it round the corner. It was lasered into the penalty area, came loose, poked back towards the Manchester United striker, and she didn't need a second invitation, did she? Just pushing it past the goalkeeper, Bethan Davies, and Manchester United hit the front. Yeah, and you can see this is from the training ground. It's drilled on the floor to the edge of the box. I think it's Boarisa just steps over it. Tounkara then drills it in off target, but just hits a couple of players, and then Leon is able to I think she just little cheeky backheel around the keeper, and unfortunately for United, they've still got the player on the goal line, so she's well onside there as well. But you can see they've worked on that in training.
It's a very cheeky finish from Adriana Leon. Tounkara with the wherewithal in the penalty area to pick out the Manchester United striker, and two summer signings combining for Manchester United to open the scoring at the Leigh Sports Village. It's the experience that she brings, isn't it, though, Adriana Leon, that level-headed finishing in front of goal.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she knows the keeper's there behind her, and just to try and change the angle of how it's coming in, and it just puts the keeper off. So yeah, definitely. And I think that goal, hopefully for United, will have settled them, and they're able now to get into the stride and play a bit of football.
Like this, over the top for Martha Thomas, who's going to make it, keeps it in play, and now he's waiting for reinforcements to arrive. Thomas up to the edge of the penalty area, does get the cross in, but it's blocked away. Torres-Dottir doesn't get there ahead of the Sheffield United attacker, out to the right-hand side, and Sweetman Kirk. In field it comes to Rayner. Rayner's going to poke this one all the way back to Barker. And now Newsham. This is Zalethia Paul. Plenty of time on the ball here for Sheffield United, but unable to make any inroads. United quite happy to let them have it in the defensive third. Unable to make any kind of inroads into the Manchester United half.
Yeah, obviously then they're just trying to play out there from the back, but United eventually put the pressure on, and just that quality was lacking. And I think, you know, Sheffield United, because of, you know, previous games, they are suffering a little bit with confidence. I don't think this will have been the best game for them to finish on against United, but, you know, they're here and they'll be trying to put in a good performance, ready for the post-season as well.
Tounkara square to Badge now from Rach Williams. Williams is going to get this back, has Thomas and Badge with her. Badge up to the edge of the penalty area, rides the first tackle, comes up with possession. Thomas has the legs taken out from underneath her, and that's going to be a free kick all day long. It's Rachel Brown who are judged to have been a little over-eager to win that back, I think.
Yeah, just catches her, doesn't she, with her left leg, just a bit just overzealous there. Gives away the free kick.
Lucy Staniforth, another set-piece delivery from her. Drilled in, doesn't quite make the gaggle of Manchester United players in the penalty area. Drops a little short. Badge, the captain, collects. Tounkara and Torres-Dottir. Manchester United have dropped back into position really well there, haven't they, with Torres-Dottir covering a centre-half. Tounkara's pushed out to left-back. It's good organisation from Manchester United. Coming forward again here with Lucia Garcia. Staniforth. Garcia. Still going here, Garcia. Just can't quite keep hold of possession as she was tracking across the 18-yard line.
Yeah, I think it was Enderby for Sheffield United was able to track her and keep her close and put in a nice tackle. But I'd like to see a lot more of Garcia today, her on the ball, and see what she can do, you know, with a lot of minutes under her belt, because she seems like a really exciting forward and somebody who wants to be on the pitch, I'm sure, so has the opportunity today.
Joined Manchester United from Athletic Bilbao, where she had 63 goals in 161 appearances. She definitely knows where the back of the net is. She will be hoping to get herself up and running. Saw her play Everton in pre-season, scored in that game. Very positive in that game as well. Manchester United were warming up ahead of the start of the WSL season. She looked good in that game.
She seems like a really busy player as well, always on the move, always, you know, trying to make sure that the defender doesn't have it easy, but really quite clinical as well when she's got the ball at her feet. So
she was absolutely screaming for that penalty against Manchester City as well, wasn't she? Where it looked like it had come off the arm of Greenwood. Tounkara. Staniforth forward to Leon, the goal scorer. Canadian, big strides forward, but loses out there. Mega experienced, isn't she, Adriana Leon, both domestically and internationally. Level of experience can't be, you know, you've got to appreciate it, haven't you? Can't be underappreciated is the word I was looking for. Yeah,
and I think, you know, when Marc Skinner signed her, I thought, you know, that's an interesting one, because he's got such a young squad and such an, you know, abundance of attacking players. But you're right, Liam, a player like that, you can't buy that sort of experience internationally, domestically, and that's, you know, the little tweaks that he was making to build this, you know, really, really strong squad in every department on the pitch.
I think sometimes you don't realise how important having a strong player like that in the dressing room can be. Somebody that has that big game experience that can help some of the younger players to understand why things are happening, that those ears in the dressing room, it's all absolutely vital, even for a side like Manchester United that have obviously got an abundance of talent.
Yeah, I agree, and I think sometimes, you know, your ears prick up, don't they, when you see a manager have picked certain players in a squad, but it's because of that reason. They see it from a background in the changing rooms and on the pitch, and for team morale. There's all different reasons why, you know, players are picked into a squad, and I think, you know, having someone like Leon who's been there and done it, and like you say, he's quite a bubbly and big character in the dressing room. She's well experienced in that department.
Brought down by Williams. Manchester United looking to work the ball down the left-hand side here. Might have to have a slight change of tack, because Sheffield United are in so deep with so many players. It's just not quite as easy for them to play through as they would like. Good touch from Garcia, but can't bring the second touch under control. It's going to be cleared away by Naomi Hartley.
Yeah, I think what United need to do is move the ball a lot quicker. You can see that Sheffield United are dropping deeper and putting in a low block. So they just need to move this ball quickly. If they need to come out and start again and come out the other side, so be it, but with a little bit more intent and pace.
11 players behind the ball here for Sheffield United. That's what Manchester United are having to unpick. Adriana Leon does well to get to the byline, brings it back. And again, United trying to stretch the play. Torres Dottir finds Staniforth. Staniforth, quick ball into Martha Thomas. Good feed from Thomas, good shot from Rachel Williams. Too close to the goalkeeper in the end, but that's a shot on target. And just as you were saying, when they move the ball a little bit more quickly, they get some joy. Yeah,
you saw that just on the edge of the box there. Really good ball in by Staniforth. But that shot straight at the keeper, and I know Martha Thomas was screaming for that to come back to her for a 1-2 inside the area. She felt like she was, you know, had enough room to do something, but I think someone like Rach Williams is going to be on the edge of the box and have a shot from distance. We've seen that in the past.
Referee's just removed something from the field of play. I think he's had to stop play for some reason. He's handed something off to his fourth official. Quite see what it was that he handed over. Davies looking for that direct ball over the top. Rachel Williams is into the advertising hoardings there. The referee thinks that there was a little nudge on Rachel Williams and has therefore given the free kick to Manchester United. Tough as you like though, Rachel Williams clattered into the advertising audience, bounces back up again, off she goes.
Yeah, I tell you a story about her. When I first started come across her when she played for Birmingham, I was at Everton and we crossed paths in England. I remember she told a story about when we used to go and do weights, and she didn't want to do the weights because she worked part-time and like with a relative, and she used to carry big bags of cement. That was her weight training. The blokes couldn't do it, but Rach Williams could carry it, and so she was doing her weights that way.
Wow. Forget, don't you, we are fortunate to be watching professional era. But it's not so long ago that it wasn't quite that way. I have a friend who played for Doncaster Bells and played for England. She also played in the first Community Shield that took place. Her name's Stacey Copeland. Some of the stories that she's got of playing football. She went abroad in the end to just to try and make some money out of playing football.
Yeah. Yeah, it's brilliant how it, you know, just over the last 5 or 6 years, how the money that's come into the game to help the professional side, and the quality on the pitch is improved, you know, massively due to that, and it's what the women and girls deserve, to be able to aspire to be a professional athlete just like the men.
I think the next bit that really needs to happen around the WSL is, you know, full-time professional referees, the technology that goes with it. Let's sort out the goal line technology and the VAR, not VAR light or in some games. Manchester United with an opportunity here as Badge chases into the penalty area. It is cleared away in the end by Sheffield United, but not convincingly. Manchester United throw in. I think to have those things in the women's game is now the next step to improving the quality and making sure that those decisions are absolutely correct. Turner. Boarisa into Leon, back it comes to Boarisa. Staniforth turns, comes back out to Boarisa here. Opened up a little bit, manages to get the cross in. It's a tempting one into the penalty area, but too close to the keeper in the end.
Yeah, it was a really nice ball into the box. Just obviously there's no Man United players there to be able to get on the end of it, but you know, really nice, wicked curling ball into the box.
Teasing one, wasn't it? Just wanting somebody to get on the end of it. Staniforth to Turner. Turner directing traffic, comes back in field. Staniforth. Thomas as well to receive that under a bit of pressure. Shows, and now can get Manchester United on the front foot again. Just dribbling from her, but clatters into that tackle. Staniforth is shrugged off by Enderby. Enderby gets past Tounkara. Just enough in the end from Tounkara to get a toe on it to slow it down. And that's not great from Bex Rayner as she tries to play the ball forward, instead skews off the outside of her boot. It's out of play for a throw-in. Meanwhile, Mia Enderby is down and struggling ever so slightly.
That'll be disappointing for, you know, Sheffield United, for someone like Enderby who's been a little bit of an outlet for them and an attacking threat in this game. But just then it was a little bit disappointing from Reynard. She's not really under pressure there, and they work so hard to win possession back of the ball, and then to give it away so needlessly, then, you know, it just puts you back on the back foot as a team in this position as well. So, you know, disappointing from her.
Hip flexors, maybe? Don't know. Looks a bit sore.
It does. I just think, you know, she's a physio, she knows exactly what she's doing, but just going that other way just was uncomfortable for me there.
Yeah, looks like a hip. Tighten up, can't they, in this cold weather? Then all of a sudden, when you ask it to do something, it just doesn't respond.
Yeah.
She looks like she's going to be okay. Obviously, it's nice to see a good relationship between player and physio, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously having a bit of a giggle between themselves as she walks to the sidelines.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. Physios are always seem to have a good relationship with the players. The players always seem to, you know, work well with them, and you need to as well. You need to have that relationship with the physio. Feel the confidence to be able to speak to them about medical issues or sometimes other issues as well. It's just another person who you trust and can approach in the squad. Throw in, comes all the way back to Sophie Baggerly.
Manchester United building from the back again. Have got their work cut out for them here. We've spoken already about the low block being put in by the Blades. United just struggling to break that down at the minute. Lucy Staniforth. Adriana Leon, who's pushed out to left wing. Or was that Torres Dottir out that far side? It might have been.
Yeah,
ponytails at a distance, I got confused.
Yeah, lots of blonde, lots of ponytails, but yeah, she's trying to, Torres Dottir is trying to go really quite high and you know, really stretch that space on that left-hand side and make the pitch bigger for United to be able to play through.
Lucia Garcia tries to latch onto the end of that one. It's poked out of play. Torres Dottir will take the resulting throw. Finds Adriana Leon. Rolls a foot over it, finds a bit of space, just can't recollect that ball in the penalty area, and it's Sheffield United that are going to come away with this and try and pick Manchester United off. Ball through the middle towards Enderby. Enderby comes, Sophie Bagley comes quicker and clatters into it. Eventually the offside flag goes up, but really quick off her line from Sophie Bagley.
Yeah, she read it really well, didn't she? And you know, Enderby's, this is the second or third time that she's just pulled on the back shoulder of Tounkara, but has just been a little bit eager, been offside on each occasion.
Good work from Tounkara as well, not to get lulled into that trap of dropping too deep. Keeping that nice high defensive line. Back it goes from Newsham to the keeper Davis. Newsham. Lovely left-footed ball down the line, and Alethea Paul's trying to get onto the end of this. Badger had to be aware of that situation, and Bagley, as calm as you like, just rolls it out to Tounkara on the edge of the penalty area. We were more concerned in the commentary box, weren't we, than they were on the pitch.
She was really, you know, composed there, and then got herself in a position to receive it again, which is, you know what, in this day and age you need to be able to do as a keeper in the WSL.
I think all across football, being able to play out from the back and having a keeper that's good with their feet has become more and more important, even if it does give us fans heart attacks at times. Lucy Staniforth, Tounkara, and now Millie Turner. Garcia has dropped deep to help out Turner. Turner's going to find Staniforth. Staniforth has got 15 yards of space around her. Just keeps creeping forward. Thomas. Back to Staniforth. Tounkara again, and again Manchester United probing left to right, right to left, trying to stretch Sheffield United out of position. Staniforth. Adriana Leon has it nicked off her toe. Newsham gets the ball away.
It's so congested in the middle of the park. They need to move the ball out wide. You know, Torres Dottir is on a lot of the time. She's really hugging that touch line.
To the penalty area is collected by Lucia Garcia. Torres Dottir is going to swing one in towards the 6-yard box, but not deep enough. Straight into the arms of Bethan Davies. Garcia was calling for that for 2 or 3 seconds before the ball got played over the top. Found a little bit of space in between two defenders. Yeah, he nearly came off for her as well. Good work in midfield from Manchester United. Good strong tackling, helped out by Badger. Rachel Williams nearly caught out by Bex Rayner. Still going here, Rach Williams. Still going, Rach Williams. Eventually clattered into the onrushing Manchester United player and had a play over on that far side for a Sheffield United throw.
Yeah, when she's got, you know, full tank of steam and behind her, Rach Williams, she's hard to stop, and I think she just thinks, I'll just keep going, I'll just close it down myself, and that's what she was able to do.
Again, those effort plays do nothing but endear you to your fans. They absolutely love it, don't they? They're giving 110%. Paul. Turned away by Tounkara. Paul's going to have to play this one back. Manchester United pressing. Aissatou with the back heel, can't find Adriana Leon.
Still just a little bit, you know, you can see it's a little bit disjointed, and you know, Sheffield United are making it really difficult for United to be able to play through them by dropping so deep with that low block. So just hugging those touch lines that we've talked about before. Torres is doing it really well on the left-hand side, but just on this right-hand side, Bache needs to pull out wider so Martha Thomas can come infield to try and receive the ball off the back four.
Get some chalk on your boots. Turner strong in the tackle. Gets it back from Torres. Lucy Staniforth slides it through Garcia. Garcia's going to have a crack from the edge of the penalty area, but shot's blocked. Again, when Manchester United move that ball a little more quickly, they are more effective in and around the penalty area.
Yeah, definitely. That's twice we've seen a really good ball just played into that box area, and I think both either by Aissatou or Staniforth those balls have been, and they just then have the space and time. But Sheffield United are doing really well to close any shots down in and around the box. You know, they're working hard on that, and they're dispensing a lot of energy as well in this first half, really trying to get tight and close to the United players.
Wonderfully technical player, isn't she, Hilda Aissatou? Talented on the ball. You heard Ben Ibsen say when we were doing the team news a little bit earlier on that she is Manchester United's top scorer in this competition as well. 3 goals so far. Another one that's trying to put a marker down to break into that Manchester United WSL side.
Yeah, and I think they can afford Staniforth and Aissatou. You can see them both coming quite deep at times for the ball, and I think they can afford for just one of them to come into that sort of anchor position, and the other one to join in with Rachel Williams.
All over the top is a decent one as well from Aissatou that time. Rachel Williams wants the quick throw, gets the quick throw too. Staniforth. Turner looking for Garcia, but well defended in the end. Wins it back, Garcia. Busy, as Lindsay was saying earlier, pokes it out to the right-hand side to Bache. Bache with a decent cross, and Rachel Williams arriving, just lined the shot up, only for it to be nicked off her toe at the last second. That's good defending, but Manchester United moving the ball brilliantly and causing problems for Sheffield United.
Yeah, and another long ball by Torres.
Going to be collected on the edge of the penalty area, but Martha Thomas, big thumbs up.
Yeah, and that was so much better, wasn't it? They won the ball back in their own box and able to play, I think it was 2 passes forward really quickly, and then a ball over the top for Martha Thomas, and I think that's what they need to do. And they can't do it all game. They've got to pick and choose the right time to do it, but I think we need to see that a little bit more often from United.
Leon steps in, can't quite win it. That's loose ball back though. Aissatou sliding in, up in the air by Newsham. Just dropping in between 2 Manchester United players. Staniforth sliding in, can't direct it to Garcia. Instead, it's out of play for a throw. High press working for Manchester United, though, forcing the errors from Sheffield United here.
Yeah, maybe that's been the message from the bench as well, that we need to put that high press in United to win that ball back. You can see that the errors that Sheffield United make when United do have that high press.
Pulled up by Aissatou. Staniforth. Aissatou again. Quarterback style, spraying the ball left and right by Aissatou. Finds Bache, who checks back. Bache shrugs one off, pokes it through to Leon. Leon's going to try and give it back to the Manchester United fullback. And Honor Bache not quite on the same page as the Manchester United striker.
Yeah, I think she was worried about running offside, possibly Bache there, but really good turn. you know, leaves the defender for Sheffield United. I think she just holds her run, doesn't she? You can see her just skip a little bit, just knowing that she's going to be offside. And I think at that point as well, if you can turn Leon, just have a shot on goal. You know, you've got into that position.
I believe the kids would call what Anna Badge's just done to the Sheffield United defender an ankle breaker. Just the movement leaves your opponent sprawled out on the deck, unable to change direction quickly enough. There's Dot here. Leon turns, drives towards goal, pokes it out to the right-hand side, but Martha Thomas has come inside. See what Thomas was trying to do. She was trying to drag the defender to create the space, but Leon wanted the easy ball. Badge in space. This is where she's really dangerous on a Badge. Going to get the cross into, headed away. Lucy Staniforth almost sits up for her, doesn't it? You can see that's what she wanted. Martha Thomas, a bit of skill from Thomas, can't keep it in play. It's going to have come off a Sheffield United player. It's going to be a corner. I think Lucy Staniforth was just desperate for it to bobble up. Yeah,
I was waiting for it to drop for her as well, because we've seen her score goals like that, you know, a nice half volley, but it just wouldn't drop for her in time, and then tried to play, you know, Martha Thomas in, didn't she, but didn't quite get enough on it.
Those situations, are you internally screaming for the ball to drop, and then it just doesn't?
I'm never in those situations.
Good header comes in, but wide of the mark from Manchester United.
Yeah, I could only talk about training in those situations, and yes, you would be screaming for it.
Another good corner. Rachel Williams meets it really well. She might be slightly disappointed that, was it Vilda Boarisa? Might be slightly disappointed that she's not got better direction on that, given how clean the contact was.
She's so good. I do think it was Rachel Williams. I think they panned to Boarisa there, but yeah, she's so good in the air.
Loose. This is Rachel Williams. This is Adriana Leon with the second opportunity. It's over the top. I think we were both looking at each other and nodding, Lindsay Johnson, thinking that that was only going one place. Yeah. And actually, it hasn't hit the back of the net. Yeah,
it was a really good play there. This ball in from Rachel Williams, great ball, lovely footwear from Leon. And just as she's going to hit it, I don't know what happens, but she's leaning back slightly, isn't she? And that's why the shot goes way over the bar. And I thought it was going to nestle into the top corner when she struck it. She'd be really disappointed that she hasn't hit the target there.
Just slipped ever so slightly, maybe, as she was leaning back. Contact wasn't what she wanted it to be. Williams with another good through ball, this time to Torres Dottir. Left-footed cross, dealt with by Naomi Hartley.
It's like she's got the bit between her teeth, Leon, hasn't she? All of a sudden, she's just flicked a switch and thought, do you know what, this isn't good enough, I want to be involved a little bit more. And she's now the catalyst for United, and that impetus for them to, you know, move the ball quickly and be a bit more direct, I think.
Rachel Williams having a good 10-minute spell. Vilda Boarisa looking to take this corner. Left arm in the air. Stands one up into the middle, too close to the keeper, who manages to get a palm on it. Sheffield United might be thinking they can get away here. Outside of the boot, looking for a ball forward. Badge again with the excellent body movement. Sells Mia Enderby the wrong way, allows the ball to run all the way through to the keeper.
Yeah, brilliant defending, you know, like you've just said, you just send the attacker the wrong way, and it's a good one that for defending, makes you feel good doing that. You feel like, I mean, Bache is just I mean, she's such a good attacking fullback, isn't she? That, you know, she's such an offensive player as well, but she does it really well.
Jobs to do at both ends of the pitch when you're a fullback. Leon slides in, wins that one. She's grown in confidence as the half goes on as well. Boarisa, Garcia, back to Boarisa, and now Garcia again. Just tries to squeeze her way around this Sheffield United defender, can't do so. So Bex Rayner's going to play ball along the ground and forward towards Enderby, but intercepted by Millie Turner. Boarisa going to go for one long and over the top again, and Garcia's there. Garcia gets there, pokes one towards goal. Referee says offside. And again, Manchester United spotting that run of Lucia Garcia early. Just strays offside, I think.
Yeah, we can't see it. It does look, you know, she's just on the, just ahead of the defender there, isn't she? And it's a good spot by Lucy Staniforth just to play that over the top and try and catch the Sheffield United defence asleep. But I think they do well there just to play offside.
Be a little disappointed, Manchester United, that they've not managed to open Sheffield United up a little bit more.
Yeah, I think so. You know, going in at 1-0, I don't think Marc Skinner would have wanted that, and I think it's took them a good 30 minutes to really get into their stride and to really carve out some chances. You know, we've seen the Leon one and obviously the goal, but apart from that, it's just been a lot of possession by United.
Oh, that's well done from Adriana Leon. Rachel Williams has got options out to the left. Lucia Garcia gets the ball across. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from Manchester United. And it's the second of the game from Adriana Leon. A cutting move from front to back. Rachel Williams, brilliant ball out to her left-hand side. The ball whizzed across the penalty area by Lucia Garcia, and Adriana Leon applying the finishing touch. 2-0.
Yeah, really good. You know, all the way from their own box, wasn't it? Lovely touch by Leon there, and Rachel Williams just releases it at the right point. And Garcia, great observation there just to see Leon was in a better position than she was. The angle wasn't a great angle for her to have a shot, so she just slips Leon in, doesn't she? And it's a perfect weighted pass for Leon just to be able to get an angled shot there as well, because she didn't want to go the other way and she puts it in the bottom corner. The keeper didn't have a chance.
Let me tell you, the run from Adriana Leon will not get anywhere near the credit it deserves. To slide in and win the ball in the situation that she did, then to get back to her feet and be in the penalty area where she needed to be at the same time is just effort. That's all it is, and excellent. Really, really good. Yeah,
effort with quality at the end, isn't it? And we've said, haven't we, that over the last 5 or 10 minutes, Leon has been the busiest person on this pitch.
Oh, chance here for Garcia, maybe. It's dropped in the penalty area. Can she get it out from underneath her feet? Adriana Leon for the hat-trick, just wide of the mark. All sorts of confusion in the penalty area. Adriana Leon very nearly hat-trick in the opening 45 minutes.
Yeah, the Sheffield United defender just doesn't deal with it, does she? She doesn't know if she's going to head back to goal or head the ball away, and just that confusion there gives Garcia an opportunity, but couldn't drop for her, and Leon just puts it wide of that post.
It is not a million miles away. Yeah, that's clumsy from Torres Dottir. 2 minutes of time added on at the end of the first half. Adriana Leon showing her quality in this game, helped out ably, it must be said, by Rachel Williams, who's had an excellent second half of the first half. Garcia, who's so busy, just making life difficult for Sheffield United. Just as we were saying, they'll be disappointed that they haven't opened them up a little bit more. 2-0 at half-time looks very healthy. Yeah, and I think Marc Skinner would be really pleased with that second goal. It was such a team goal, wasn't it? But like we said, it was direct. They moved the ball quickly. It wasn't just a ball over the top. There was, you know, intent and quality on all the passes of the ball, and obviously they ended up with the goal. Bajé finds Thomas. Thomas gets it back to the Catalan. And now Staniforth stands one up into the penalty area. Arriving at the back post was Rachel Williams, but keeper does well to pluck it out of the sky. Yeah, I think, you know, if the keeper missed that, Rachel Williams was definitely on the end of that, wasn't she? But I think it was quite an easy one for the keeper, lofted quite high, a nice one for her to take. You know, we're talking about that story about Rachel Williams and the cement bags. Do you think she's disappointed that she now actually has to do the weights? Yeah, I mean, I haven't spoken to her for a while about weights, but she was just never a fan of it, and you couldn't argue with her because she was one of the strongest and most powerful players you'd ever play against. So
You know, it's like the whole Rocky film, isn't it?
Well, run upstairs with cement bags rather than get on the treadmill. That's
exactly,
what we're saying. Yeah. Rachel Williams looks to play the ball forward. The referee brings the first half to a close, and Adriana Leon showing her quality. A brace in the opening 45 minutes. Excellent play from her, ably helped out by that front line around her, Lucia Garcia, Rachel Williams and Martha Thomas. But Manchester United will be delighted with that opening 45 minutes. They lead Sheffield United by 2-0.
And so from the money that's raised from the Legends game coming up in May, to see these projects, to realise that it actually affects families and communities.
Goal for Manchester United! Game on!
In Manchester United's Conti Cup clash with Sheffield United, and we lead by 2-0. Glenn Harris is still with me, and Glenn, it's unusual to think that when you're 2-0 up at half-time the manager might make changes, but we've seen Marc Skinner do this in the Conti Cup this season, often make changes at half-time. So do you think we might see that happen this time around as well?
Yeah, I think they probably will, and whether it be Millie turning on in Bache last time, it may give the chance to young players, which will be great for them. But I think also it'd be really nice to see Aoife come on for 15-20 minutes at the end. I don't think she'll get a full 45, but I think she might get 15-20 minutes at the end. But again, exciting if you can get the youngsters on as well.
Yeah, I think those sorts of decisions are quite important though, aren't they? When you've got a player coming back from injury like Aoife, you want to make sure that the moment is right to throw them back into a situation, because you don't want to aggravate an injury, particularly a knee problem.
Yeah, no, I'd say I think 15-20 minutes will just be nice. It'll give her a taste, give her a feeling that she wants to get back into it, and I think she'll get a rousing reception from the supporters.
Yeah, the young players that we've seen on the bench today as well, when the game is at a certain stage, for instance, if United go on and score again, maybe that will also encourage Marc Skinner to give them some opportunity. Yeah,
I think it needs to be right. I think that third goal will then perhaps influence where they go with the substitutions. But again, they've had a taste of it, and I'm sure that they'll both be sat on the bench there thinking, is this my moment? And again, like any young player, when that moment comes, you've got to be prepared to take that moment.
And lots of positives, as we've already picked out from that first half. Leon is on a hat-trick, some really shining displays from the likes of Badje. Lucia Garcia has been really good as well. And I guess it's just a case of continuing that into the second half, because United have been comfortable, and you'd like to think that will continue in this second period. Yeah,
I think they'll need to continue that, and I think also it's, as Marc says, this is not just rotation, this is an opportunity, and I think Boarisa last time took the opportunity, and I think Leon is actually showing what she's about, and I think she'll be thinking second half of the season, I want to make my mark in this United side.
Well, I think we are going to see some changes, and the players, as you've seen, have emerged for the second half at Leigh Sports Village. So let's hand you back to your commentary team, Lindsay Johnson. But first, Liam Bradford.
Thanks very much, Niall. Yes, we are expecting a substitution. Looks like Maya Letitia is readying herself in the tunnel. We'll find out exactly who that's for. I think the likely substitution would probably be Maya Letitia for Millie Turner, but we will wait and see until that's 100% confirmed. On your screen there, 2 goals, could have been 3 goals for Adriana Leon in the opening 45 minutes. But not to be, just pulling that final shot wide of the upright. Lindsay, it was an interesting first half, wasn't it? Long spells where Manchester United really struggled to break down Sheffield United, but once it clicked in the last 10 minutes before half-time, they were almost unstoppable, United.
Yeah, I think it took them a short while, didn't they, to click. But when they did, like you say, it did click for them. But I think the person who they need to thank for that was Leon. She was the catalyst. She thought, you know what, it's not working. We need to move the ball quicker. We need to be much quicker on the ball. And obviously she was rewarded with a couple of goals as well. So Leon, for me, was their standout performer in that first half.
Just confirm these substitutions for you. Sheffield United have made a change, so Rima Lord-Mears is on for Sophie Barker. So Sophie Barker makes way, replaced by Rima Lord-Mears. And Manchester United have made 2 substitutions here. So first and foremost, Millie Turner makes way, Maya Letitia on to replace her. The second substitution is Anna Badje, who has made way and is replaced by Hannah Blundell. So double substitution for Manchester United, exactly as we thought that might be the case at half-time. Anna Badje and Millie Turner both are given a rest. Naya Letitia and Hannah Blundell on to replace them. Like-for-like substitutions, nothing to write home about really, other than protecting players and making sure that minutes are managed.
Yeah, not forgetting, you know, Letitia she's a new player to this squad this season, so she still needs minutes, even though she's a regular starter at the moment. She still needs those minutes under her belt, and that's what Marc Skinner will be looking for.
We've seen her quite a bit now this season, haven't we? We saw her in her first game, we saw her last week. I've seen her against Aston Villa and against Arsenal as well, and she's slotted right into this squad and looks like she's been here for years. For a young player, that's no mean feat. Ball slid through. Chance here maybe for Lucia Garcia. Checks onto her right foot, rolls it across the edge of the penalty area. Comes through to Martha Thomas, who's tracking back from an offside position, and the flag goes up.
And we've seen some really good balls played in the box by Rach Williams, but for me that was just the wrong decision for her there. You know, she was trying to play it back into the box for Garcia, but I think the shot was on, wasn't it, for her then?
Lucia Garcia just can't get any luck at the moment. She picks the ball up in really good positions, but then just watches everything close around her. Can't quite find a route through to goal. Sure, it'll come for her eventually. Keeps getting herself into those excellent positions. Ball into the middle. Boarisa and Tounkara combining to win possession back for Manchester United.
I think it's hard as well when you're a sub, you know, and you're trying to break into that first 11. Just that pressure, what comes with it, and there is just a lack of confidence at times. And I think if things don't go your way, it builds up and it builds up. Whereas, you know, it's going to take time for the likes of Garcia and even Tounkara, who are, you know, not only new to the team but new to the country and new to the WSL, and it does take that time to bed in.
Adriana Leon caught offside there. Hartley goes back to Davis, who goes long. Torres Dottir, physical in the air, wins that back for Manchester United. Another one with bags of experience. Maria Torres Dottir obviously joined Manchester United from Chelsea. Can play anywhere, sort of on the back four, left back or centre half. Plenty of WSL experience. Another one that's very strong, very physical. Boarisa. Square now to Lucy Staniforth. Lifts ahead, measures a ball into the penalty area. Loose on the edge of the box. Is this the third? It isn't, as Adriana Leon volleyed it towards goal, but straight down the throat of Bethan Davies.
Yeah, and it was like they were queuing up for that, wasn't it? It dropped to just there on the edge of the box, and I think Rach Williams and Leon, and you might argue that Rach Williams was in a marginally better position and a little bit more room for a better strike on goal. Yeah,
on her right foot as well. Was definitely further to the left of the ball, which would have made life a little bit easier. Leon can't take the ball with her. Cross with herself as well, that she's not managed to bring that under control. One back by Torres Dottir. Lucy Staniforth being tracked across by Wilson. Torres Dottir floats one up towards the edge of the box, but can't find Williams. Williams stretching to reach that one, but can't cut it out, so away comes Lord Mears. Way back through. Again, we've started with the Manchester United in a really good run of form, dominating this game. Sheffield United, 11 players behind the ball. We're set fair, I think, for what's going to happen in the rest of this half, Lindsay.
Yeah, and it was always going to be difficult for Sheffield United, and you know, I'm sure their manager spoke to them today about putting in a good performance and where possible trying to nick a goal, but I think it's been hard work for them. But when they do have possession of the ball, they have been, you know, guilty of giving it away quite easily.
Point proven, as Lindsay Johnson was saying it. Down the right hand side for Manchester United, Martha Thomas going to get the cross in towards the middle, comes all the way through, it's in the back of the net, and I think it's an own goal. I don't think Lucia Garcia got anywhere near it. And instead, Manchester United have their third through Ellie Wilson, who turns it home at the back post. And you would imagine that's game over. Manchester United 3, Sheffield United 0.
Yeah, really good turnover of the ball. And it's this ball in from Martha Thomas. It's a difficult ball to deal with. You know, the defender is facing goalwards. She tries to hook it, doesn't she? But it just comes off her body and directs it straight in goal. But it there just drops at her feet, doesn't it? But Garcia again kind of puts her head down, doesn't she? She's really disappointed. She can't get a look in as well with the other team.
It's a perfect ball for her too. It's absolutely brilliant into the penalty area, and the defender this time nicks in front of her and puts it in the back of the net. And do feel for Lucia Garcia, because again, right place, right time.
Exactly, like you've said, you've pointed out a number of times, she makes the right run, she's in the right positions, and it will come from a quality like that. It will come, but it's taking its time.
It really is. One of those situations where you've got to laugh or you'll cry, I think. Chance for a break here from Sheffield United after Manchester United have just got their third. Stood up towards the back post. Real opportunity. Good save from Sophie Bagley in the end. Straight at her, but she was reaching for it. Collects it well. Ball into the penalty area from Rayner was a good one. Header, less so maybe.
Yeah, I think the ball, there was only one player in the box for Sheffield United, and Rayner was able to pick her out. It was a really good quality, you know, driven ball into that back far post, but like you say, a quite comfortable save for Bagley.
Georgia Walters was the one that got the head on it, just unable to direct it down or either side of Bagley. Might be a little disappointed given how good the ball was not to have made a little more of it. This is Rayner again, who's dropping deep to try and get things started. Wilson out to the right-hand side, and all of a sudden Manchester United find Sheffield United in round the back, pulled back to the edge of the 18-yard box, and Maya Letitia screaming at the assistant on this near side that it should have been an offside flag. Meanwhile, Lucia Garcia felled in the driving rain at the LSV. A bit different to Bilbao, I think.
Yeah, she just a little bit overzealous. So she does get a foot on the ball, though, the Sheffield United defender, but I can understand why the refs give that as a free kick. I think Garcia is now dropping really deep, isn't she, trying to get some more touches on the ball. I think she's a little bit frustrated, and she's got to be patient, but it's difficult. I know it's 3-0 and she'll be thinking, I need to get my goal. There's plenty of subs on that bench who can come on and will come on undoubtedly.
I mean, she deserves one. It's just, as we've already spoken about, it's just not quite worked out for her. Here she goes again, Lucia Garcia. Right place, right time, putting some pressure on the ball. Applauds the pass into the channel. Williams to Torres Dottir. Back to Rachel Williams. Garcia picks it up on the edge of the penalty area. Does well to absorb the contact and get the pass away. Backheel from Staniforth. Torres Dottir checks back onto her right foot. Swings one into the box. It's getting easier for Manchester United, isn't it? And you wonder whether maybe just a smidgen, 1%, 2% less effort from Sheffield United is making it a little bit easier from Manchester United. That's what happens when you're 3-0 down, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. They're trying to win the ball back, and all that effort that they use, then they're fatigued when they do have the ball, and that's what's difficult when, you know, you've got very few, very low percentage of the ball.
Tounkara forward to Staniforth. Now picked up by Boarisa. Rachel Williams moves it on to Garcia. Garcia avoids the tackle again. Gets the ball out to the right-hand side. Blundell to Boarisa. Blundell continues that run. Turns it in field, but only to a white shirt. Again, Manchester United just really pressuring the ball. It's a little clumsy from Martha Thomas, and the referee correctly gives the free kick for the foul on Bex Rayner.
Yeah, just catches, doesn't she? And Rayner does well just to touch the ball just past her, and I think Thomas just nicks her.
Weather has taken a turn in Leigh. You can hear it bouncing off the roof of the Leigh Sports Village. It's a good ball forward again by Sheffield United, but offside Mia Enderby. The referee blows for the free kick. Again, Sheffield United have got them. They've worked themselves into some decent positions. Just haven't had the quality, have they, to apply the finishing touch?
No, and particularly since the third goal, they've had a number of opportunities on both flanks, really. But like say, Liam, it's just that in that instance they're not holding their run slow enough, and just small disappointing mistakes, which it puts a little bit more pressure on them as well.
Floodlights in full effect. A rain-drenched afternoon. Bit of a feast of football today after this one, of course. Two Manchester United players going head-to-head in the World Cup final. Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez. France against Argentina. Let's hope that Rafael Varane has recovered from the virus that's been sweeping through the camp. Will Messi get the fairy tale ending? There's a question. You'll be watching that later, Lindsay, I would imagine?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be watching it. And difficult, you know, Messi, I'd love Messi to win the World Cup, but you know, it's a tough one between Argentina and France. Who do you want to win that? So at work, I've gone for 2-1 France.
My favourite bit is that you're going to be watching it with somebody incredible. Queen of the Jungle is going to be arriving to watch the game with you.
She is. So not sure how much of the World Cup we'll watch, I'm sure.
Too much nattering about what Chris Moyles was really like in the jungle.
I told her I'll put some food on, but you know, standards are low now.
Rice and beans, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Aissatou Tounkara finds Maya Letitia, always full of energy. Maya Staniforth gets it off Williams. Williams continues that run, doesn't get it back from Lucy Staniforth. Forward it comes to Thomas. Thomas definitely has a foot trodden on there. Boarisa down the right hand side. Adriana Leon playing right wing, stands one up. It's a deep one all the way through. I tell you what, it turned out to be a very dangerous ball into the penalty area, dropping and dropping and dropping. It is going to go out for a corner. Yeah,
it looked like you actually hit the Sheffield United player on her back. Like you say, it was, you know, it's really quite deep, and it looked like it had gone out, but just drops into this sort of back post area and just skims off the Sheffield United player's back.
Ellie Wilson is having a half to forget here. She's turned her back on that one, and it's gone out for a corner. She's turned one in at the back post for an own goal. Absolutely hammering it down. It's definitely an afternoon to forget, isn't it?
Yeah, she just wants to get to Christmas, doesn't she?
Hour mark approaching. Corner taken short by Manchester United. Drilled into the box, comes back to Letitia. It's good work from Lucy Staniforth, finds Garcia. Garcia again, right place, right time, but just surrounded by Sheffield United players.
Just guilty of holding on to it too long as well. You know, it was on the left-hand side, wasn't it? And again, I think that just comes with, you know, wanting to have an impact and really wanted to that much that she holds on to it too long.
Well, for Thomas, who's worked tirelessly down that right-hand side. We're about to get another couple of changes for Manchester United, and maybe an opportunity for a couple of youngsters. We shall wait and see what those substitutions are going to be. Arthur Thomas gets there, holds the ball up, looks to try and turn Alethea Paul. Swung away though by Sheffield United. It's a big difference, isn't there, between the top of the WSL and the bottom of the Championship, and I think that's probably being played out in front of us, Lindsay.
Yeah, I think so. And it was all, like we said, it was always going to be difficult for Sheffield United. And the quality, you can just see the difference in quality of the two sides. And you know, if they can keep the scoreline down, that'll be the best they can get out of this game today.
Half an hour to go, plus any time added on at the end of this one. Game is, I would suggest, already pretty much over, unless Sheffield United can conjure something. Manchester United will be wanting to play out the next 30 minutes. Clean sheet. If they can squeeze a couple of extra goals, then brilliant. Get to Christmas and then regroup in the new year. Torres Dottir checks back onto that right foot again, rolls it to Garcia, edge of the penalty area. Oh, lovely ball through from Garcia to Williams. Williams tries to move the ball onto her right foot, and as she does so, it's nicked away.
Yeah, the opportunity for the shot was early for Rachel Williams, and she should have took it, and she just held on to it too long.
Garcia drives towards the penalty area, has a go from distance, and keeper spills it. Adriana Leon can't get there before the goalkeeper regathers.
Yeah, it just opened up, but again, I even think just a touch there was, I think she just hit it with her left foot just before she struck it with her right foot, so it's just not falling for her. But you know, I think there's two people who today in particular have took their chances and their opportunity, and that's obviously Leon with the 2 goals, but I think Torres Dottir has been really good on this left back position, you know, defensively but also offensively, getting quite high and wide and really making opportunities for United.
Ball slid through, chance for Martha Thomas, digs one out. That's going to be number 4 for Manchester United, and Martha Thomas with a lovely touch turn and pokes the ball home to give Manchester United a 4-0 lead. Excellent from Martha Thomas, and Manchester United have got this all sewn up.
Yeah, it was again, Leon's involved in there, and that through ball from Rach Williams, who's been involved in, I think, all the goals today. It was a great through ball there from Boa Reese, a nice touch from Leon like we saw earlier, but there, good touch just round the corner, and I think Martha Thomas just has a shot, just hoping really more than anything, and is able to send the keeper the wrong way, wrong foots her, and she can't really get over to that right hand side.
Well, if any action's going to be your final action of the game, it might as well be a goal, because Martha Thomas is going to make way. Replacements are going to be Kira Brady and Katie Zellum. She fancied a run out, didn't she, Katie Zellum?
It's always difficult when, you know, you're 4-0 up, the weather is really awful, you're on the bench, someone like Katie Zellum, let's be honest, doesn't need the minutes under her belt, and to come on for the last 25-30 minutes is difficult, but she was smiling away. She seemed more than happy to enter the pitch.
She just loves playing football, I think. Katie Zellum comes across as that kind of character, leader on and off the pitch, Manchester United fan as well. Also going to make way is Bex Rayner for Sheffield United, also Alethea Paul. They're both going to leave the field of play, going to be replaced by Tamara Wilcock and Grace Wriggler. (4-0) then, with 25 minutes to go. You would hope that nothing untoward will now happen, and that, I suppose, the benefit of this for Marc Skinner is that he's able to give some opportunity to some players that he wants to have a look at. We'll have to deal with this, though. That's a good save from Sophie Bagley, gets just enough on it, has to come out, has to close it down, has to get something on it, and does all 3 of those things.
Yeah, she's been impressive. I know she hasn't had lots to do today, Sophie Bagley, but you know, the few times that she's been called upon, she's been very good and really good off her line, like she was then.
Blundell comes back to Tounkara. Very easy afternoon, really, for Aissatou Tounkara. That's a nice ball forward from Tounkara as well. Blundell still marching down the right-hand side, and Manchester United haven't given up on finding a fifth here. To the byline, Blundell goes. Gonna win the corner. Goal kick is... no, corner is given, is it? No, it's going to be a goal kick. There's some confusion. Waiting for the decision to be made.
You just see this through ball here, and Courtney Summan-Kirk's on it quite quickly, but Sophie Bagley's able to make herself nice and big, exactly how she should, and stops that going in for a definite goal there if she doesn't intercept that ball.
Another one of those, Sophie Bagley, that gets an opportunity rarely, with a lioness in goal for Manchester United in Mary Earps. But she'll be delighted to have kept a clean sheet up to this point. She'll be hoping to see that through to the end of the game, I'm sure. Hasn't had a lot to do, but has been reliable when called upon. Lucy Staniforth slides this one through to Garcia. Garcia tries to cut back onto the right foot, wins the corner. Wanted to open up the goal, thought the angle was narrowing, wanted to check back onto that right foot to open everything up. Didn't quite work out for her.
Yeah, and another great ball in there by Staniforth this time. Just splits that defence for Garcia to be able to run onto. But like I say, the defender does really well to close the angle down and concedes a corner.
Vilda Boarisa is taking the corner with Katie Zellum on the field. That's very unusual, as this is lifted into the penalty area, headed back, or attempted to be headed back across. Another corner is given. I was almost certain that it was going to be Katie Zellum that would have taken that left wing corner for Manchester United, but she's not taking that one, and she's not taking this one either. Lucy Staniforth. Manchester United getting themselves into position. Floated ball in. Header comes in goalwards from Vilda Boarisa. Met it brilliantly. Glancing header. Just couldn't hit the target.
Yeah, really good connection Vilda Boarisa got from this outswinger from Lucy Staniforth. Unmarked though, nobody around her, but you know, really good connection, and just disappointing to see it just go past that far post.
Katie Zellum using her experience there to help win the ball back from Manchester United. Garcia wants to... she's trying so hard, isn't she, to just make an impact, and not quite working out for her. That's brought down by Staniforth. Williams, wide. Rach Williams, you do not get any closer than that.
Do you know what? The problem with that is our touch is so good, because our touch here off her left foot, just watch it there, is so good. It brings it onto her left foot. Really, she wanted to drop onto her right foot, and she could have just slotted that into the far corner, but she has to swing it with her left, so just goes wide of the post, doesn't it?
She was getting a little bit of attention from Grace Wrigler, who was just maybe pulling her off balance ever so slightly. That might be the difference between it going one side of the post and the other. Manchester United fans, they go everywhere. Absolutely fantastic. Great travelling, noisy. Doesn't matter whether it's freezing cold or pouring down a rain, there they are. Deserve a lot of credit.
Yeah, and they just want to see the girls play football, don't they? You know, they couldn't do anything today. They just wanted to come out to watch a game of football, and in this weather, that's admirable.
Garcia. Letitia. Zellum. Lots of time for Katie Zellum to make a decision on where she wanted to play that. Garcia to Staniforth. Tounkara.
Brady does well. I think that's her first real touch of the ball, and she did really well to use her strength to win the ball back.
Comes back to Letitia. Forward now to Williams. Been excellent, hasn't she, Rachel Williams, today? As you've already pointed out, involved in all of Manchester United's goals. This is up and over the top. Bagley sends it downfield. Kira Barry is a very tall footballer. Out on the Manchester United right wing. Oh, that's a lovely ball through, and Garcia, he's going to get there. He's going to square it. That's unselfish from Garcia. Williams lays it off to Zellum. Zellum stands one back into the penalty area towards Williams and headed away by Sheffield United, but Manchester United just at will at the moment, able to cut through this Sheffield United defence. And all of the solidity that was there in the opening 45 minutes has abandoned Sheffield United, hasn't it? Manchester United at will, tearing them apart.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's fatigue definitely set in, but also United, we saw in the last 10 minutes of the first half, were able to work out how to break through those ranks by moving the ball quickly, splitting the defence with some really good quality passes in and around the box as well.
Torres Dottier. Talk about Manchester United and their ability to unpick problems in a second. Torres Dottier beats the player twice and stands a cross up towards the back post. Headed away by Newsham. One back by Blundell. Barry tries to clip it round the corner, can't do so. Yeah, we saw it against Manchester City, didn't we? It took them 10 or 15 minutes to figure out exactly how they wanted to play and how they were going to solve the problem that Manchester City had put in front of them. But as soon as they'd done that, a completely different team. And I think that's a feature of this Manchester United side under Marc Skinner, is their problem-solving ability. Yeah,
and they were able to do it on their own when they didn't make any substitutions at that point. He gave them the opportunity, and I don't think there was any pressure coming from the sidelines as well. And the girls who were on that pitch wanted to work those issues out, and they were able to do so. And I think it needed somebody to really take the game by the scruff of the neck, and I think Leon, deserves that credit for doing that in that first half.
Wonder whether she'll be a little disappointed that she didn't get all three for the hat-trick. Pulling that one wide of the post will be haunting her, I would imagine. Letitia forward to Staniforth. Balls up and over the top towards Boarisa, but a little ambitious. Boarisa knew she wasn't going to get there. We're expecting another change, are we? Potentially coming up for Sheffield United. Ball's out of play, and it will be a throw-in for the visiting side. Letitia. Been an impressive addition. I know we've already spoken about her briefly in the commentary, but really has been an impressive addition to Manchester United, and so useful across that back line as United see another opportunity snuffed out by Sheffield United. The fact that she can play full-back or centre-half, really handy.
Yeah, and the fact that she's, like you say, Liam, she's slotted in so easily, and we both have spoken about her debut where she scored 2 goals, and 2 impressive goals as well. I think that would have just helped her just settling in all that much easier.
Barry's going to try and get a cross in here, wins it back, gets the cross in at the second time of asking, but sees it turned away. Zellum, square to Torres Dottier, who evades the tackle neatly. Letitia to Tounkara. Tounkara with that ball forward. Garcia. Williams Gets it out to the left-hand side. Torres-Dottir is going to stand one up towards the back post. Still loose inside the penalty area. Eventually cleared away by Sheffield United. Torres-Dottir has been a thorn in the side, hasn't she, over the course of this game for Sheffield United. That's been into the penalty area again, and Thea Garcia sees the ball coming towards her, and then all of a sudden the defender gets a glancing head on the ball and it's diverted away. You get games like that, don't you, where just absolutely nothing goes your way.
Yeah, I think so. And you know, for a forward, I mean, it looks like he might be giving her the full game, who knows, but it shows that, you know, I'm sure there's understanding there from Marc Skinner that, like we've noticed, she's making the right run, she's in the right area, possibly holding on to the ball a bit too long, but at the same time Sheffield United have done a really good job on her, not giving her the time and space as well.
It's hard, isn't it, because you can be guilty on occasion of trying a bit too hard. When things aren't going your way, you try and change your fortune, and in so doing maybe hold on to the ball for half a beat too long. Mitch Williams has picked up a bit of a knock there. Garcia has absolutely scythed through. He's won the ball pretty well. Garcia doesn't call for the penalty. In fact, the referee has said that that is not a corner either, so it was played against Garcia and it's out for a goal kick.
I missed that, but I mean, Garcia's not complaining, is she? So it probably did hit her at some point. Players you know, are really adamant about that if they feel like they've been hard done by.
So Mia Enderby making way, going to be replaced by Shayna Muir. So Muir on for Enderby, second substitution is going to be Charlie Doherty that's come on the field there. Just make that 100% certain for you in just a sec. Yeah, it's Ellie Wilson that's made way. So Doherty on for Wilson and Muir on for Enderby. Crossfield ball. Sweetman Kirk manages to get the ball into the penalty area, but comfortably defended by Manchester United. Comfortable enough anyway. Brought away by Maya Letitia and Aissatou Tounkara. Strange really that Manchester United aren't progressing in this competition. Aston Villa going through top of the group despite wins today and against Everton in the last game. Manchester United will make their bow. They will bow out of the competition at full time today.
You know, and I'm sure that's not what Marc Skinner wanted. I'm sure he wanted to progress out of the group. But at the same time, it gives them a little bit more time to rest players. And, you know, they've still got the FA Cup. They're very much in this league battle at the top of the table as well. And around them, the likes of Chelsea and Arsenal have still got Champions League, League Cup, FA Cup. And although you want to be in as many competitions as you can, that does take a toll as you go towards the back end of the season.
Alyssa Ahern onto the field for Manchester United, replacing Rachel Williams. And Rachel Williams can be safe in the knowledge that she has been instrumental in this performance for Manchester United today. Excellent from beginning to end from her. Lucy Staniforth had made a run into the channel there. Back to her. Almost found its target. Ball all the way through. Blundell's going to get there. Manchester United on the attack. Pulled back to the edge of the penalty area. Back heel from Staniforth. Shot from Barisa. Another opportunity from Ahern. ping pong left and right, eventually wide of the mark. It's going to go out for a corner. Leah Garcia again doesn't manage to get a toe on the ball.
No, she even actually was in the way of, I think it was Bo Reese's shot, wasn't it? Just, there's nothing she could do there to get out of the way of that. It was drilled right at her. She just had to turn her back and hope for the best. But again, just peppering the goal, wasn't it? And not on target, but another corner to United.
10 minutes to go. Bo Risa comes over to take the corner. Two hands in the air this time. Low into the near post. Zellum lays this one off, then stood up towards the back of the goal. Letitia scrambling after it, gets bundled over, eventually cleared away. Sheffield United looking to break in the opposite direction, but again, look, three Manchester United players back defending, back in position from a corner.
And you've got to keep those standards high, you know. There's no way that in this professional setup you can just drop and think, you know what, we're 4-0 up, it's Sheffield United. You've got to still work to your absolute best to the end of the game.
That's what Manchester United are doing. And Lucy Staniforth going to win the free kick there. She's playing slightly higher, isn't she, Lucy Staniforth, in the last 10 or 15 minutes and having an impact on the game?
Yeah, I think so. With Zellum coming on, Zellum will be that sort of anchor pivot player, and it gives just Staniforth that ability to move forward and join in as the number 10.
It's confirmation that was a yellow card tackle for Rachel Brown. She goes in the book for that tackle. It's probably a fair decision from the official.
Yeah, she's just come through the back of her, and we know, you know, that's definitely not allowed in the game, so the yellow card's given.
I was watching the under-18s, Manchester United's under-18s yesterday, and there was a tackle worse than that one that didn't go in the book. Just one of those situations, I guess. I'm with you. If you come through the back of a player like that, don't win the ball, then, I mean, even if you win the ball, there is an argument to say that it's a foul. Anyway, it's by the by. 8 minutes to go. Staniforth and Bo Risa standing over this one. It's going to be square. Another training ground routine lifted back towards Vilda Bo Risa, sliding in. But again, straight off the training ground, and it nearly worked for Manchester United. You can tell by the beaming smile on Vilda Bo Risa's face.
Yeah, it was nicely worked. You can see this is from the training ground. My only grumble is just swing your left foot there. It's coming over to that side, and she decides to go with her right foot and just doesn't quite reach it.
Wriggler goes back to the goalkeeper, Davis. Torres Dottir gets there, and all of a sudden Manchester United back in possession inside the Sheffield United half. Letitia gives the ball away there, Maya Letitia, but one back by Manchester United. Zellum looks to try and slide that through for Staniforth. Sheffield United on the hunt for a consolation, maybe. Good defending by Manchester United to Hearn. Zellum put in a tough spot there by Lucy Staniforth. Gets her out of jail. Just a little sloppy in possession, Manchester United, in the last 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, just rushing things slightly. I think they're eager to get to the end of the game, aren't they, and possibly try and get another goal to finish off this part of the season with.
I think I can hear Natalie Burrell, who's a Manchester United fanatic. Certainly the women singing along in the background. Good for that. Lucy Staniforth comes out to Kira Barry. Barry squeezes this one through to Garcia. Garcia's going to have a go. Is this the time that she manages to get on the score sheet? It isn't, as she drags the left-footed shot wide of the upright. And yes, the look on the face says it all, I think. Nothing going her way today.
No, not a happy bunny. But you know, the intent's there, isn't it? We've been very positive about Garcia today, and hopefully she'll go away and look at rewatch the game and look at what she can do better next time, but ultimately think about, you know, the positions and the intent that she's had today in this game.
It's going to be a free kick. It was a lunging tackle by Alyssa Ahern. It's just got a leg caught underneath her. That's not nice to see. I don't think Ahern actually made any contact at all. He's going to go in the book. Just an uncomfortable looking landing, really, Lindsay.
Yeah, Ahern slides in, but realises, I think, that she's nowhere near making contact with the ball, and it's her position which then pulls the Sheffield United defender, you know, a little bit more to her right, and she just pulls, isn't it? And it's her knee, I think, more than anything, is in a really awkward position when she's sliding on the grass.
Yeah, she looks like she's in a bit of pain there as well, just as it got twisted underneath her. It is unpleasant to watch. They're taking every precaution here just to make sure that she's all right, and if there's any doubt whatsoever, she will not continue. I have a funny feeling that might be the direction in which we're heading. Excellent performance from Manchester United today. Marc Skinner trying to keep himself warm in the middle of the Brains Trust on the bench there. Will be pleased with the performance. Might be wondering why they haven't got a couple more goals, but 4-0, professional win, clean sheet, all you can ask for, really.
Yeah, I think so. When a team like Sheffield United, who are, you know, struggling in the league, they've struggled definitely in this League Cup, you know, bottom of the table, they're going to put bodies behind the ball. They're going to make it as difficult and put a low block in. So to work through that and be able to play through those bodies is difficult at times. And I think United have been able to do that as the game's gone on. And I think these last 10-15 minutes, you know the win's there and it's comfortable. And with lots of changes in the game as well, that breaks down that momentum that you did find in the game earlier on.
Charlie Doherty will not continue. The substitute is going to have to make way, unable to carry on due to that injury. That's a shame to see. Offside flag goes up. Manchester United have a free kick, and we've got a couple of minutes plus injury time to play. Might be a couple of minutes, 3 or 4 maybe added on at the end of this one because of the goals and the injury and the substitutions that we've had. Borisa comes back to Tounkara. Staniforth. Has the ball stolen away. Manchester United win it back. Kira Barry puts some pressure on but can't win the ball. Launched away. Offside flag goes up. Manchester United will have a free kick, and I have a funny feeling that this will be a little bit stop-start until we get to the close of the game. But Manchester United job done here, and we spoke in the first half about wanting to keep the momentum going, want to keep that winning run going, wanting to make sure that they finish the year the same way that they finished their WSL year. And they're doing that pretty well here, Lindsay Johnson.
Yeah, it's important, and I think that's what Marc Skinner will have said before the game and at half-time, is we need to finish the game on a high. It's important. There's a big job to do post-Christmas in this league. They want to, you know, they're very much in the hunt for the title. It's going to be really close, so I think finishing it with a good win with a number of goals is the right way and a good way to finish the year.
Just 2 minutes of added time, I think, have just gone up on that board. Yeah, just 2 minutes, and I think that's probably representative of the scoreline more than the delays that we've had in this second half. Lovely step over from the referee. This is Katie Zellum, who has had a relatively easy afternoon's work. Boarisa looks to get a ball into the penalty area again, but stretching toe of Lucy Staniforth can't reel it in, and it's safely with Bethan Davies.
Yeah, it was a good run by Staniforth, and Boarisa, she saw the run, but it was just that execution of the pass just wasn't where you know, Staniforth needed it, more to her left-hand side.
Outside of the boot, comes through to Garcia, into the penalty area. Slide tackle comes in, Manchester United have the corner. Cannot fault her work rate, can you, Lucia Garcia? Has been a willing runner for 91 plus minutes.
Yeah, she's worked really well and hard off the ball. It'd be interesting to see her stats and how many kilometres she has covered in this game, but she's worked really well. Just hasn't had the impact that she would want with ultimately a goal.
Short corner routine for Manchester United. Zellum stands one up towards the back post. Tounkara gets there. Blimey. Looked like an uncomfortable collision, but both players stay on their feet. The two defenders head-butted one another there, completely by accident, yeah. Full-time whistle goes. Referee says enough is enough. Manchester United comfortable winners in the end. It took a little bit of doing, and 2 goals from Adriana Leon in the opening 45 minutes. Second half, one-way traffic for Manchester United, and even though they do not continue in the Conti Cup, they will be absolutely delighted that they've managed to put 4 goals on the board and keep a clean sheet. And Lucy Staniforth having a conversation there with Lucia Garcia, which I would imagine says you've done everything right apart from get yourself on the score sheet. An excellent performance all round from Manchester United. Opportunities given to players that needed them, and even some young players given a chance off the bench by Marc Skinner as well. Good game in the end, Lindsay Johnson. Yeah,
I think so. I think they were in control from the kick-off, and I think, you know, getting those 4 goals, those quality 4 goals as well. You know, the last 3 goals were very good team goals, and really good performance to finish the year.
Lindsay, thank you very much indeed. Full time at the Leigh Sports Village. Manchester United 4, Sheffield United 0.